Yes, we are here. Welcome to Emuna is our future with riches of peace. Unbelievable. This is our first week with live feed in the new studio. We're so excited to have made this a reality, and hopefully it's going to be rock and roll. It's going to be like amazing, the quality, and everyone's going to be very happy because you get to see me in a better way and the class flows and it doesn't go up and down and things like that. But also we're hoping very, very strongly that this will become a weekly opportunity to speak to Rav Shalom Arush. He is our host. We must never forget Rav Shalom Arush, Shlita. He should be well. And we pray for him that he should have the strength, please God, to come here and to be with us and teach with us and learn with us together. And excuse all the technology here, but we are in Future of Chesed. It is Brez of Israel, or Brez of English. And Emuna is our future. We are going to talk about something so important for our time and our challenges right now, to have riches, wealth, money, soulful money, not just money, but money that has soul. And it should be together with this concept of peace, of Shalom, as we call. Everybody in the world knows Shalom. You know, you can meet even the most faraway person from Jerusalem or Israel or from the Jewish people, and one word that people know, other than maybe some funny Yiddish words like shtick or whatever, they'll know Shalom. So we know that Rav Shalom Arush, that's his name. We're not saying it, God forbid, to take anything away from his holy name, but we basically get to having that characteristic, that strength of peace, because that has to be the path that we go down as we talk about how to be a magnet, be able to draw in the riches, the wealth, the abundance. As we spoke about a few classes back, abundance mindset. To have a mindset of tremendous abundance and blessing and shefa. And all of us have ability, every single one of us. We're just working out still all the different cameras and everything here as we're still tuning in. Thank God people are on Instagram Live, people are on Facebook Live, people are on YouTube Live, and we're very excited to do this together. It is my first online in the studio with Wi-Fi, and I'm hoping that it's clear. Anyone can give feedback, the audio and the visual, and it's something which, please God, will take further with the audio on the podcast. It will come out, no matter what the quality is here. We're putting out on our Emuna is our Future Brez of Israel podcast and our YouTube edited channel and website. brezofisrael.co.il is brezov.co.il is available every week, please God, with updated videos, updated classes, and we want you guys to tune in. I'm noticing the Instagram's going a little bit, but the YouTube seems okay and the Facebook looks good. So we are here together. Wow. So this is really in a way a test for tomorrow night to host our first special guest with Rav Shalom Arush and Rav Elgrod translating English. We have Nissim Black coming into the studio. He's going to have a very busy day of making a new video. I don't know what the video is about. It's not my business and it's not your business yet, but we'll all find out about it when we need to know about it. But that video will be coming, please God, after a beautiful opportunity to be with us together. And we have the pleasure to hear from such special people like Rav Shalom Arush together, and in English, and Nissim Black, who we know has a wonderful, wonderful story that's so relevant right now with It Matters. The whole world and experience of what's going on out there is totally like real with what's doing here in our country, in our time, in 2020 vision that we want to have together. So today, we're going to talk about Emuna and money development. This is our Emuna weekly class. You guys are welcome to join, usually around 2 p.m. Today we're just a few minutes late. This time is actually my fault. I was on time, but it just took a while just to get all the right angles and everything. I know I'm not so happy about how everything's looking, but that's part of the wonderful journey that we all go on together to develop our sources and skills. So it's all a journey, and everyone here has the opportunity to tune in. So I thank you all again for joining us on a weekly level, and whatever sharing goes on is really, really appreciated. So just remember that the Emuna journey is going to change the world for good. That is the Garden of Emuna legacy, all the books, how many people have been inspired and uplifted by Rav Arush's teachings. And even people from South Africa, after this class, are asking me to do a Zoom chat on the Garden of Riches, which is basically a soulful money class, how to combine both aspects. So that's what we're going to be doing, please God. And amazing that all of us, like, it's funny because someone who my wife knew from South Africa right now is hitting me up, and he is, I think, in Lakewood or somewhere, and he's just hitting me up again right now. It's just funny the way everything always comes together at certain times, that we all end up joining online and tuning in on a soulful way, like we spoke about United Soul and Unified Soul, that we join up. And with the branding class last week, we already got some inspiration how to be more developed in our branding, that it's something that should be a journey together. It's not just about what I want to say and my passions, but it's about joining together with what people want. And that's why we need your feedback. We need to hear what kind of vibe you want, what kind of questions you have for Rav Arush. We want to have some feedback, some energy, some sharing, some, even when you share, just maybe put a little bit of what you gained from the class. We want everyone in their own unique way to join the Emuna journey, the Emuna tour online, because right now getting to Toronto and North America and to New York and Miami and all the other places we wanted to go to, Atlanta, South Africa, Australia, even, and we wanted to go all the way east. We wanted to go, and we really wanted to connect in that way, but this is where we are right now, and we're going to be happy that we're on an online platform that can join us in a universal way, that all of us can bridge. Like we have the Universal Garden of Emuna from Rav Yonatan, and we have, thank God, Rav Elgrod, his daily halakhic corner, and that gives us an opportunity. I'm just looking for my distancing, whatever it's called, distancing the germ stuff, and we're putting it on, making sure we're still keeping there all the different rules and energy. And it's exciting to see that people, thank God, are tuning in online. Well, I'm seeing now, I've never really had a computer sit here to see what's happening, and I get to see this happening as we speak right now. Let's see if it's come up. Yes, it is live on the Facebook. That's exciting. Get to see how it looks as we're going. And it's important that all these tools work so you guys get the fullest experience. And that is part of the development, that we have to make sure we always have the right tools and we have the goals. We've spoken about this many times, the right value system. And now we're focusing a little bit on the tools that are available, just making sure that everyone is able to see and how it looks so that you guys are getting the best out of this experience. Because in the end, everybody in their own way has to find their platform to communicate, because it's a world where you can't really, like the old days as, just updating my CV and updating all my sites, all my personal sites and my blogs that, please God, they're consistent with the Emuna journey that we're doing together. And you start to realize, how much technology is sped up, like all the different tools you're using have now new names, new apps, new opportunities, new ways of connecting. And it's about being versatile and emotionally intelligent and up for that challenge. So this is all just basically introductions to how we develop more Emuna and more money so that we can have more riches, and that will for sure go together with more peace, because it has to be done in the path of peace. Thank God I've been working for Be'ezer Israel for almost 2 years. I had a 6 months break in between, but then before that, all the different companies, all the different experiences, working for yeshivas, working with Rabbonim, with Talmidim, with students, working on the streets as the Midnight Rabbi, and all the different things I did for many, many years. My path, please God, being a Kohen, was always to go the path of peace. We know that this week's Parsha, we have to remember the Torah is always consistent with what we're going through on an emotional level, on an intellectual level. We spoke about our thoughts and our speech and our actions, that is always consistent. And right now we're tuning into the energy in Eretz Yisrael, in the Holy Land, of Koirach. Koirach is the Parsha. Koirach is a very intense individual who has within him the power and the energy, the vision 2020, a sort of vision of unity that went wrong. He said, Kulam Kadoshim, everyone's holy, and he had this vision of how he could become the Kohen Gadol, because ultimately Levium will be the Kohen Gadol. He had these visions of the future, of La'asid, of the future. Emuna is our future. He had this vision of what the Jewish people have potential for, and the only issue that really destroyed the whole thing was, as big as his soul was, he wasn't able to be humble to the leader of the generation, to the Moshe Rabbeinu, to the Moses, to the person who was guiding Am Yisrael, who was chosen by Hashem. V'aminu Hashem v'Moshe Avdo, as we say in the Haggadah, and we say every morning in davening, in Az Yoshir, we have to have Emuna, intrinsic belief. People ask often, what does Emuna mean? The way we explain it is intrinsic belief, in very intense, inner emotional connection to Hashem, to the One, to our Creator, and that has the power within it to give us the strength to be able to have Emuna in the Rabbonim, in the Shlichim, in the people that were sent to guide us in this generation. So everybody out there has the power in their own way to tune in to what does it mean to have understanding and connection to the leader of the generation. Everyone should pray for it. That would be the first advice, because to have connection to someone who's human can be a little bit, people could say it could be a bridge between us and Hashem, but the concept is it has to be a healthy bridge. It has to be a path that gives us only connection and warmth and emotional strength to connect ourselves to Hashem. And if there are challenges like what happened with Korach, we have, thank God, a Pasha to guide us to continue our Emuna in the leader of the generation of Moshe, to not get dissuaded and to get caught up with all the arguments and all the obstacles, like just to get this all set up like this, to have the internet. You know what kind of obstacles? We were praying for it last week and it's here, so we're very excited that it's happened. But just to make that happen, it's not like take it for granted, it just happened, whatever. It was something which was really, took a lot of like prayers and energy, and all of us have the ability to, thank God, to tune into that energy that works, that empowers what we're looking for, so that we can feel one with what we're doing and feel that we're in the right flow, because that's a very important concept that I bring down a lot, that it should flow, that what you're trying to do should have a flow. It shouldn't be filled with obstacles that are completely blocking you from waking up and functioning. There should be obstacles, that's part of life. There should be challenges. We're going to hear from Rav Elgrod. He's going to give over the Wish series. So excited to have that back. The Wish series, we're going to hear about the challenges that our generation, he's going to give the title. He was asking me, no, let Rav Elgrod say, it's his class, and he's going to give us a guiding light, how to see the challenges of our generation. And that is really important for what we're going through nowadays, that it should be consistent with our abilities and our personalities and our inner points, our inner voice. So when you're in a job or you're in a situation where you're trying to accomplish something, like we're trying to get the Wi-Fi set up, we're trying to make this QA and get the questions in. My computer just went down and we weren't sure the Wi-Fi is going to work. So, thank God I have another computer and have other phones, you have other alternatives. We have to be versatile. Not everything right now is going how we planned it. This summer is a completely different summer for the whole world, for everybody in the whole world. I don't think there's anyone who's just going to carry on as if they had all their plans exactly the same. Everybody's got to rethink. Everybody's got to re-strategize. And that flexibility, that ability to allow yourself to go with the flow, that was a big advantage that the people like Yeshua ben Nun, the students of Moshe Rabbeinu, the people who are connected to the Tzaddik, to the righteous one of the generation, they were able to go with the Tzaddik with that Emuna and that flexibility, that things don't work out, so you think out a new way, a different approach. And thank God we're sitting here now with the Wi-Fi. I have another computer that's working, no problem, thank God. And that intrinsic belief is very important to put into your daily life. It can't just be for something theoretical that we're talking about. It's not enough for me to just sit here and talk. I have to live it. So that's why Emuna is our future class. The whole journey of how we get these classes done and the development we're bringing people in. This is something you guys are joining me together. And I'm happy and I want to be joyful in doing it together with people, that it's not just my personal opportunity to talk to you guys, but it's my opportunity to join with you guys. And that's why it's so appreciative when you guys drop a little message or you share it or you like. And thank God we are getting a good energy from people out there. And it really makes a difference because it's a mutual journey of Emuna and success. So we're doing this, like we said, with a path of peace. We're not going to make arguments with people. There are supposed competitions out there online and this and that. No, we're going to be happy for everyone. Everyone should be successful in their programs and with their Rabbonim and their Emuna and their journey and their books. And we're all mutual. We have a brezov.co.il bookstore. We do a great sale right now. Put it out there on our WhatsApp group. And that sale is from all the books of the Jewish world, all the Judaica, all the different groups, all the different paths. Because in the end, when it comes, people say with money, if it's right, it's done in the right way, it can bring unity. Yeah, that's a positive use of money. Money doesn't have to be seen as this evil thing if it's used to bring unity, to share Emuna, to inspire people, to feed and clothe people with essentials. This is a generation, many people are saying to me, this is a time where we have to get much more into the essentials. And that's a big part of the Garden of Riches. If you look at Rav Arush's book, and I personally feel with all these years, and anyone who knows me all these years, all my friends, my family, you guys can testify. Just open up the Garden of Riches. I might not be holding at Rav Arush's level in terms of his amazing espodidus and his understandings of Emuna and his personal journey, but and I'm under him in this. Moses, he's the Rav, he's the Tzaddik, but the point is, in my own way, and that's why I want you guys to be empowered as well, I've also had a path of being able to let go a little bit of this world and be able to be with the essential, what's needed for life, that doesn't pull me into a world of debt or a world of Tyver's moment of running after money. Like, I want to grow my wealth, everybody, because I want to share it with my wife, my children. Please God, a growing family. I want to share it with others out there, but I don't want to have this, God forbid, such a need for money that, God forbid, I do things that are correct and make arguments, or steal, God forbid, or, everyone has to do tshuva on their level, do return, and to make a cheshbon and nefesh, like Rav Arush teaches, to go through what they've done that day, if it was straight or not, if it was according to Shulchan Aruch or not. Everybody needs to work on that in their own way. But the point is, all of you, and including myself, we have to go through into our wealth situation and take a look and say, how much do I need this thing? Do I need this car or these shoes or this? Personally, I got some new shoes on. It was like 2 years and they were like, soles are falling off. Then I get new shoes, not like, like a little smudge, or it doesn't look perfect, like it just came out of the store. So now I need to go buy new shoes. Like, you have to like be real, like with all the different levels, everyone on their own way. Like, how much do I need to spend? And if you're more realistic with your wealth, then that itself will show that you're appreciating your blessing in your life. You're thanking Hashem for the blessing in your life, and you're thanking and sharing it in a real way with the people around you, and you're not being stingy, God forbid, to your wife or to your kids or to your soulmate or whichever position you're in, your sphere of influence. You're not being stingy, you're being real. And that realness is what our class is going to bring, that riches and peace, that path of peace, that Shalom, that way to go, that Shalom, that's complete, that completes us with others, that we unify with others, as we speak about in our Unity Flow podcast and our relationship podcast, that we should flow with the people around us. It should have a feeling of oneness. It shouldn't be disparate. It shouldn't create division. And I mean, look at the world right now. If we just want to expand what's going on out there, the people are freaking out because they can't have their summer holidays. I feel for them. Personally, my summer holiday was very humble, maybe a night, if I'm lucky, 2 in a hotel. Personally, being real with my situation. But there are people who, they need their few weeks. They've worked hard. I feel sorry that people are losing out, and I wish they should find some way to make a holiday. But the point is, in a real personal way, you have to somewhat say, look, one, maybe the area around you has more to offer than you realize. You don't have to fly off somewhere. Maybe where you live right now, I'm living in Yerushalayim, the best city in the world, holiest city in the world. And I have the opportunity to really enjoy living in Yerushalayim. It's not that far to go to Ashdod or to Tel Aviv, if that's where you like. It's not that far to get to a beach if you live in the Holy Land, to be able to just free up a little bit and balance out. But the point is, it doesn't need to be like a whole big massive experience of hotels and fancy, this and fancy yachts or whatever people do. You can be more real. And I think I'm not like preaching, I'm just being real right now with my words, that we have to be more essential. And it fits in terms of the Garden of Riches, that you won't come to depths. Also, you won't come to debts. You won't get stressed out. You'll be more healthy, more relaxed. Your work experience, you won't need to have that wage that's like, like woo. You're able to be realistic of where you're holding, and the pressure on the boss is not going to be overly too much. Or if you are the boss, you're not going to have to pay yourself overly. You're going to be in a real balanced way, and you'll see that with God's help, you'll have exactly what you need. And that Emuna that we put into everything we do is a big key to having success, but it also goes together with your life and your challenges with peace. So we're not going to overdo this class. I am going to, please God, put up another class about this concept of, and it's going to be more of an interview based with a South African friend of ours of the Brez of Israel group, and he's going to be talking to us about soulful money, and I'll put up that class, and hopefully his questions will bring out more information from what I've been learning from Rav Arush and from all the different years in the world. And, thank God I worked for corporate, so I remember what that was like, and it was, personally not my cup of tea long term, unless, I had the right team and people that really we could build together a more unified experience, that we are working together as a team, and it's not like, I can get one up on you, that kind of experience. That was very painful. We should work together as a team. No one can take from another person. There's no such thing. As it says in Rosh Hashanah, everyone gets exactly what they were supposed to get. And this year is no different. Even 2020 vision, we have to accept that exactly how it was supposed to go. Now with the coronavirus challenge and everything that's come out of it, all the riots and all the it matters and everything else, it's all the ups and downs that we're all going through as a people, as a nation, as a world. This was exactly what was supposed to be. That's our Emuna. And then realize that we can go the path of peace, that we can go the path of wealth, our shiras, through our mindset, through getting the right way of viewing everything, to have an appreciative. We spoke about it in previous class, back to basics, keeping things more simple, simplifying how we speak, how we have our schedule, how we do things, keeping things very, very simple and clear, and being able to go on that path. Thank God with all our different resources we have on our Emuna channel, to be able to go together, to have clarity in halacha and rules and all the different aspects that we spoke about these last few weeks. Then you can come out with a more elevated lifestyle. And that Emuna is our future shouldn't just be a nice, one-off thing you tune into, but should actually inspire and bring about real change right now for all of us, that we should feel more empowered than ever, because we are now at a time, as it says, just before Mashiach. We are at a time just before the final redemption, that this world's starting to come together in a way that we can't imagine, that as much as there seems to be so much, differences, so much divide, that is a real sign that there's going to be much, much more connection than we ever imagined. So all of us have this ability, every one of us, to tune in to that light, to that power, and all of us in our own way should realize that we are all empowered to do this together. It's not like, this is my thing. This is not me, I'm just sitting here somehow through Hashem's divine providence that He put me in front of you guys. So obviously everyone here needs to hear this on some level and experience this, that it should really give a feeling of hope and strength and encouragement and validation. Yes, it is hard right now in many levels. There has to be that validation. And it should give a feeling that we are growing, that we're not going backwards, we're going forwards. We're going together towards a goal, towards the redemption, towards a time where everyone, please God, will return to Eretz Yisrael. Someone asked us, is this the time now to return to Eretz Yisrael? Is it mitzvah, deraisa, derabanan? So we're going to have an answer, please God, from Rav Arush and Nissan Black tomorrow night. We'll remind you again, Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. in this studio. You guys tune in live. Maybe it might be a few minutes late. Let's see. First time we're doing it together with Rav Arush and Rav Elgrod to translate Rav Arush and Nissan Black. And we had the opportunity to do something very unique together. But to remember that the whole thing, like when we're going to ask them about these kind of questions, I can say my personal thing, but everyone wants to hear from Rav Arush. But I do know for myself, living in Eretz Yisrael is a place of blessing, and it's a place of growth, of inner growth, and it's an opportunity to really work on yourself, work on your Emuna in a way that I didn't experience as much maybe growing up in London. And all the other places, I can just say that when I'm here, I feel like I'm at home. So, in the end, should we all come home? Is it a mitzvah to be home? I don't know. I'm sure father and mother appreciate it. Hashem and the Shekhinah. I'm sure that, being with all your brothers and sisters is a good thing, So whether it's about mitzvah of the Torah, mitzvah of the rabbis, it makes sense on a relationship level between you and the true relationships in your life are between Hashem and the Shekhinah, between the Eretz HaKodesh, between the Torah, it's between the purpose of our people, our journey. It makes sense, on a logical sense, just to look and step out a bit of your practicalities and just say, no, this is my home. So how am I going to make it happen? So thank God I made it happen somehow. I'm still sitting here in Yerushalayim in a home, Baruch Hashem. My wife hopefully is happy, and my kids hopefully are happy, and we're sitting in Yerushalayim. And at the same time, all of you can come. It's potential. There are resources, there are, please God, organizations who will help you and assist you in a good way. Anyway, so we're going to end off today's Emuna is our future class, and please God, it should be with riches, it should be with peace, that everyone, please God, should join together, and all the live feeds are going to be going great. We're going to get the Instagram one at the best level, please God, and the YouTube, I think, is it's moved up a bit, and the Facebook looks like it hasn't had one problem, thank God. So we're going to thank Hashem for the fact that we have improvements in what we're doing, and thank you guys for joining so the improvements are appreciated and shared. And please God that we'll see all of us in our own way to come more shlemus, like Moshe Rabbeinu, to go Torah Emes, Moshe Emes, Usuras Emes, to enjoy the truth of what it means to be connected to the path of Emuna, the path of Emuna Hashem and Moshe Avdo, to enjoy being a person in this generation that we can appreciate living here in the Holy Land, and all those who are not, we can connect together through the online services, and please God one day in person, and we'll dance together with the Binyan Bayis Shlishi, all of us together with Mashiach Sekenu, B'Meher V'Yameinu, Amen.